ready to go live, and we are live. All right. Hey, party people, what is up? This is the Comedy Workshop, episode number 399. Holy crap, we're going to hit a milestone tomorrow. But today, it's the fireworks for 4th of July for us on the American side. We do have some friends up north in Canada. I'm a stupid American, and I can never say that word right, so let's just roll with it. But for those of you that are celebrating, happy 4th and blow shit up day. For those of you who are not, happy barbecue and watch Will Smith blow up aliens day. Either way, I hope you're celebrating and having a great time no matter what you're doing. And speaking of having a great time, we're about to tell some jokes and have some laughs all around. So if you've never seen the workshop before, let me lay it down for you. I'm going to be joined by 3 other comedians, and we've all been given a random prompt to write 3 to 5 minutes on. Once we deliver that 3 to 5 minutes, we're going to do a roundtable feedback session, so that way we can add a little bit more punch to the jokes, and then we move on to the next person. Once we're all done, we're going to do that roundtable again with a little bit of material, 3 to 5 minutes again, of something that we've been working on in the past that maybe needs a little bit more beefing up. So there we go. 2 sets each. We're going round table. We will be in the order in which everyone has arrived. So it will be me, Josh, Robert, and KD. And yeah, that's it. So let's go ahead and get going with no further ado. And I forgot to mention, I'm your host, Tara Christian Wiedner. So hey, hi, what's up? This week, I was given the topic of master bedrooms, which, I mean, hey, what's up? It's a little bit weird. And the more I started thinking of this word, I was like, well, where the hell did this word come from? Like, I assume if there's master bedrooms, that implies the existence of slave bedrooms. And then I started thinking, is this where the word originated? I looked it up. Thank you, Google. So it's actually not a slave term. This didn't come around in colonial times. This wasn't even way back when. This word originated in the year 1926 in a Sears catalog. They're like, hey, that bedroom up on your second floor that has its own bathroom, that's for the master. All right, well, I don't know where the dam sleeps, but whatever. So maybe there's a mistress bedroom. I don't know. We might want to look into brothels on that one. Maybe minor bedrooms. I'm not quite sure. That's where the kids sleep. What I'm saying is we are missing out on a lot of opportunities to come up with some really badass names for our bedrooms. Like, I would like to have the Dominion Lair or like the Dom and Sub Club. I don't know. But whatever we're doing, 1926 Sears really just brought on this new term, and I don't know. I can't get over the fact that it sounds like the opposite of slaves' quarters. And for that, I think, I don't know, maybe Sears is a business that should probably just, go away for a while. And maybe we're ahead of that. I do hear that Sears went tits up a couple years ago. So you know what? Bye-bye, Sears and Roebuck. Yeah, that's right. I'm that old. I remember the Roebuck part too. If you're single and you live in a house with a master bedroom, what are you mastering? Like, is it the masturbate room? Yeah, that's a pun. That's a play on words. Masturbate room instead of master bedroom. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in there. If you're an asexual person, then I don't know. You figure that shit out. I don't know what you're doing. Is it your checkers room? Is it just your Netflix and chill by myself while I eat popcorn and get it down in my cleavage room? I don't know. I've woken up with a kernel or 2 under a nipple, and I'm not that mad about it. What happens in my master bedroom is between me and my master. You know what? And then there we go. We're running into some more patriarchy shit. What happens if I'm the master of my domain and my husband is just the little slug going along with it? He's not. And if you're watching this, honey, I freaking love you, master. Anyway, what are you going to do, man? He pays the bills. So, but those are my thoughts on master bedroom. I have no idea how long I went because I didn't time myself. And in true Tara fashion, I also didn't really concretely write anything. So those are my thoughts on master bedrooms. Sears, down with them because they done made a word that now, according to Google, has racial connotations. And here in the year 2021, we ain't got room for that shit. So remodel, all bedrooms matter. I don't know, man. I live in a house where all 3 bedrooms are the same size, so I think we've got a power struggle going on under this roof. But those are my thoughts. Let's open it up to feedback, guys. Going around in the circle, starting with Josh. What say you, sir? Oh, Josh, I can't hear you.
Oh.
There you are.
I said I do like the all bedrooms matter. And really, I didn't even think Sears is interesting fact that Sears is the one to make it. But I do love the fact of that. I was trying to think of other ones you would call your bedrooms. Like, really, if you think about it, they have studies, you have a breakfast nook, and all these other fancy rooms. But why are your other bedrooms just bedrooms?
Thank you.
Like, why don't they get a little flair? Like, it's your rumpus room. They have, but your kids just sleep in a room.
Yep. I think we need to bring back the term rumpus room. Thank you for reminding me that gem exists.
Your rumpus room.
My rumpus room. It's where I keep my rump for us.
Just like twerk in there. Just go in there to twerk.
You know what? What happens in my rumpus room is between me, my rump, and us. Oh, Josh, I just remembered what I love best about you. There is that laugh. Oh, man. We're about to get Jacques Cousteau with the dolphins up in this bit.
Oh, God. And you got Betty Rubble down here, so we're a good combo, Josh. Okay, good.
Jim, yes, we can see your comment. Testing 1, 2, 3. It works, sir. You are there. Okay. Thank you very much, Josh, for that. We're adding rumpus room into this bitch. It's happening. Because you know what? Along with sunken living rooms, I don't think rumpus rooms get enough attention. So
good.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Do you have any more feedback before we get moving along?
No, that's all I could really think of. Yeah,
that was wonderful.
Rumpus room's just a funny term, and it just popped in my head.
And I love that it did, because that right there just added a whole new mwah to it. Robert, let's move along to you. Do you have any feedback?
Yeah, well, I liked it. I thought it was really good. It was well thought out and everything, and it was pretty smooth. I guess that word comes from like the Sears, like you said, the Sears company, which is probably a patriarchal company, like in the 1920s, you know, to put down women, kind of like master bedroom, the other bedrooms don't count kind of thing. That's the first thing I hear when I hear master bedroom. You know, this is the master bedroom. You guys go sleep in the other slave quarters or whatever, you know, like it just seems so like a put down term in a way, you know. I'm surprised it doesn't come from the time of the slaves, you know, because that's then it'd be the masses bedroom, not the master bedroom.
Oh God.
That's the misses and that's the masses, you know, like, I mean.
Oh my gosh. Now's a good time to mention, as I forgot at the top of the show, this is a comedy safe space and we're allowed to say whatever the hell we want and you're allowed to die mad about it. So just laugh and have a good time.
Yeah, so it was good. And then you brought it back home to where it was personal. So that was, you know, that was good. It's always good to bring it back to personal. Like, you know, to talk about your own house and everything. So I liked it.
Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate that.
And now you're going to talk about.
I'm very outspoken. I don't mince words. Like even when when I do a comedy show, if they don't like it, it's a comedy show, you know.
Yep. And this is a safe space comedy show. So you let those words fly, sir. I just have to throw that disclaimer for any angry keyboard warriors that we got out in the cybernets.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more feedback from you, Robert, before we move along?
No, I think that pretty well covers it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. KD, feedback from you.
I can't believe that master bedroom started in the 20s. Like, how did women not revolt earlier?
Right?
Honestly, like, I could have that for this long. Like, oh, I would have heard that and been like, no.
Yes, sir.
My husband snores like crazy, so we haven't shared a room in years. And a few years ago, I had the smaller bedroom, and he had the master. And I talked him into letting me switch and take the bigger one. So I guess we know who the master is. Not that there was any question of that ever, actually. What's a roebuck?
I don't know. It's the other half of seer.
Oh, is that like our byway? Is that our Canadian byway?
I honestly,
a discount store.
So when the company first started back in the way back horse and carriage drawn days, they were selling bustles and mustache wax under the name Sears and Roebuck. So
okay.
I think it was a partnership where like it was a seer and a Roebuck, and they like got together, neglected their baby, and now it's bankrupt. But
Gotcha.
I learned about Sears and Roebuck, and that's where my grandma shopped. And so it's like Montgomery Ward and Sears Roebuck are still staples in my heart, man. Yeah, I was very shocked to find that it started in the 20s. Like I'm looking at Google, like,
yeah,
right.
Ladies, what was wrong with you back then?
Right? I do love that line. How did women not revolt sooner? That's beautiful.
Was that before the suffragette? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Was it? I think it was, right? The suffragette wasn't that in the 30s or something like that?
That was in the 1910s.
That early?
20s? I'm a stupid American that didn't pay attention in history. All right, Robert?
1919 was when they got the right to vote.
Okay, so it would be in the late 1910s that the suffragettes were a thing.
Yeah, so then they should have rebelled against that word.
Well, they should have, but we just figured out that Me Too was a thing last year.
So is that Sears' way of saying screw them? Because it's like women get a right to vote. Never mind. Well, now you got to live in the master bedroom, though.
Mm-hmm. Subservient, you are below me. They're like, ma'am, you get the little room. Well, what's that called? Peasant Square.
The closet.
It's not even walk-in. You just get to like stick your head in there and look around.
That's it.
It's got the sliding doors that are just a mirror for a full wall, like in the 70s. I mean, we could get really porn dungeon with this thing. I mean, I could go dark on a master bedroom. It'll be 50 Shades of Oh, man. Do we have any more feedback before we hear what Josh has concocted for us tonight?
We're good.
Awesome. Josh, I have been looking forward to this since you entered the StreamYard, sir. When you are ready, let us know your topic and let me know when to start the timer.
You can go. My topic was lotteries. And first is every time somebody says they won the lottery, it's not always positive. I was told I won the medical lottery because I got a rare form of mono on my honeymoon.
Oh, shit.
Like, we thought it was sun poisoning, and so did the doctor, until I was walking out of the office, and he comes in a running sprint and screams, "Stop right there. You can't leave." Drags me back into the room, sits me down. He grabs the Grey's Anatomy book off the shelf, starts flipping through it like it's the first day of his practice. And then he pointed at a picture and just went, "Oh my gosh, sir, you have this. And it's like a 1 in a million chance. Like, I've only seen this in books." And I'm like, well, fuck, doc. Do I win an award or something? No. My award was for the first 2 months of marriage. I had to live in the living room on an air mattress because I couldn't touch her or be around her. I knew what quarantine was before quarantine was cool. And then jump forward, I have multiple sclerosis. So when the doctor was reading me the side effects of one of my new meds, he went, "Hey, you might get cancer, you might die, rickets, anal leakage." Whoa, doc. Did you just say anal leakage? Like I could just be strolling down with my buddy and hot chew? I lose him for life and get ass beaten. Oh, Mr. Lynch, calm down. It's only like 1% of people that's ever happened to. I looked him dead in the eyes and went, well, screw you, Doc. I am the 1%.
Oh, jeez.
Should do
But
it.
then, so really the rest that I thought of on lottery was I kind of thought of like a movie idea of like, why don't we have like a dystopian future where everything's a lottery? Like your utilities, your groceries, and they even it out. Like everybody gets like 60 tickets a month, and you can either buy scratchers, Powerballs, and there's all type of lotteries that go on. Like you have ones for your utilities. You might only win 1 day of electricity. You might win a year. Who knows? And you might be able to play all your tickets at once. And then we have things down like scratchers for like when you go to the grocery store, you have to like do a scratcher. And like that's what you know what groceries you get. So it's like you might just end up with just booze, flour, and grape nuts. So that's gonna be what goes chaos is everybody's just ending up with half the shit they really need. But then you have these like professional gamblers that are over here, yeah, that have the McMansion, they won the Lambos, and you just keep winning the free ticket with this just the Meal on Wheels person. And then they even do it for jobs though. So then brother Jeb like starts running Apple CEO. So yeah, that's my thought on lottery. That I went to like this dystopian lottery future.
Oh my god, Josh, I love that.
Right? Doesn't that sound like you could see like Hunger Games style-esque like
Yeah, it's like Hunger Games, The District, and every Mad Max.
you could see so much because people could be trading their tickets. Like
I actually wrote that here.
Yeah.
Underground trading clubs where it's like, oh, this is flour for grapes, and they're like, fuck yeah, I need to make bread.
I know, right?
Or it would be like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched The Handmaid's Tale, but like when they go to the grocery store and they're like, oh, blessed be, they have oranges today. And you'd be like, yes, bacon.
I know. One thought that I
dine
did.
like kings tonight. I loved Brother Jeb running Apple.
Yeah.
Like the Beverly Hillbillies post-apocalyptic.
Right.
It's like, who the hell made Jethro CEO? And with the anal leakage, when you're listing off the side effects and everything, you get to anal leakage, and then he's like, or you could get cancer, and it's like, okay, Doc, am I dying or did I eat chips fried in Olean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember those from like the late 90s, early 2000s, but they were those wow chips.
The light ones.
Yes, and you could eat all you wanted, but you were going to dribble shit out and like leave a snail trail behind you. And yeah, one good sneeze and you done ruined your pants for the day. And as soon as you said anal leakage, I'm like, Olean Doritos, they're back. But I loved everything about that, Josh. I don't really have anything to add. Those are all just little tags that flow so well with what you already presented. That was beautiful.
So you kind of helped me think of a really good there for the movie thing is I could see like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type thing where one kid just won like a Lamborghini on his ticket and he's running, but this time he just gets shot because they're like, fuck you, I'm getting that Lambo. And he's trying to run it home to his grandpa. Look, Grandpa, we want a Lambo.
Yeah.
Nope, my Lambo.
Well, not only that, could you imagine someone like trading a Lamborghini for like, you know, like we've got Jim here in the comments, toilet paper. That would stop the binging right there. You wouldn't have toilet paper hoarders. And you could probably score like a sweet Mazda Miata for just a few squares of Charmin. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to go like value for value. We'd have a currency exchange somewhere. But I see this going places, Josh. This is definitely a good one. I love it. Robert, what's your feedback for Josh?
I didn't get it. Just I wasn't really, I was telling this dog, like the neighbor's dog, to get the hell out of my apartment because it was making too much noise. I wasn't really focusing too well on what he was saying. The lottery just reminds me of the short story by that original author. I forget her name, but everybody didn't want to win the lottery that year because it meant that you're going to be sacrificed to the gods. Remember that story? You guys read that story? It was called The Lottery. It starts out that everybody's excited. Oh, who's going to get the number this year? Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And at the end, when they pick the number, it's the person that's going to get killed as a sacrifice.
It's like the Hunger Games before the Hunger Games.
It's kind of gruesome, yeah. And a lot of people, when they did win the lottery, I know that they were not happy. So when you said that you weren't happy that you won the lottery, I didn't think it was going to turn into a medical thing, right? But unfortunately, it did. So I thought it was going to be like all these people that have blown away their wealth, and they're actually dead now because their lover killed them for the money. And there's so many stories like that on the internet. But that wouldn't be really good comedy, I don't think, unless you're into murder. But I don't know. So I can't be more constructive. I just really wasn't paying too much. I mean, it's not you. I wasn't, because the damn dog was here and is barking, and I had to get out.
At least you're honest, Robert.
Hey, I'm cool with.
Yeah, well, that's why I was looking down, because the dog was right on my crotch.
The dog actually scared me. I don't know if you saw me.
Yeah, I saw her scared, and I was like, "Did I just say something bad?"
Yeah. That dog is kind of cute. She was my enemy. He was my enemy, and now he's become a really good friend and just wanders in and out whenever he wants to. It's kind of cool. Well, I like dogs.
That's adorable. Bring the dog on. Let the dog do a set.
Yeah.
Robert's from Canada because he's just like has his door wide open. It's just
Yeah. We don't left my door open like the entire
just
week.
borrowing a cup of sugar whenever the fuck they want. Oh yeah.
Right.
And never get broken into.
We'll be fine.
There's a certain truth to that. That's for sure. I mean, we don't.
My parents haven't locked their door ever in my entire life. I'm 42. They've never locked their door. You can go there right now. I'll give you their address.
Okay, cool. What is it? Let's say it live.
Road trip.
Oh, all right. Robert, I know you didn't get a chance to hear much of it, but do you have any more feedback?
Feedback.
Oh.
No, really. I mean, again, it's good to bring it to the personal thing, right? Like you did with your mono and stuff like that. That was good. I always think it's always good to start with they say you're supposed to start with the known and branch off to the unknown. So, but you did, you did the way. It was good. It was good.
I think it's cute that we found out who the master was at the beginning of Josh's marriage. He's on an air mattress. She's in the master bedroom.
Yep.
The lines have been drawn, people.
Right.
It's like, no,
it's good that you can laugh at that, though. Not the fact that not the fact that you're separated, but the fact that you have these tragedies, and then you can laugh about it.
On the
I had a lot more tragedies.
Yeah.
And that's also why.
Katie, let's throw some feedback from you. I'm going to grab my water right quick. I'm not leaving.
In Canada, we just call it social distancing.
It's easier to wipe off because of the anal leakage, though, right? That's why that decision was made, right? No, I thought when you said the doctor dragged you back into the room, I was literally picturing him dragging you back. Was there ether?
Right? Yeah,
How old was this doctor? A really young doctor? Because he sounds like just a beginner.
Oh, 30s, 40s, yeah. And this was at a one of those clinics in the grocery store. So it was actually one of those, not even the actual doctors, got close, but didn't totally finish.
Uh,
Nice.
no, I think about when I think about the diaper thing. Like I did a show and all the women threw lingerie at me. And then when I checked it, it was all depends because my manager booked me into a retirement home. Did anybody hear that?
Yeah. Oh, I actually have a joke just.
That's a kind of a true story, though. And actually, a woman did take her bra off and threw it on stage. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. I really didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know, should I keep it? Like, all my baseball motoring skills had gone out the door. And I tried to throw it back to her, but it's like, you know that show where the thing just goes up and then just drops like a foot in front of your foot?
You
It was like that.
walk it back out and you hand it back to me. That is the right thing to do.
Yeah, but I was on stage. I was doing a show.
Down the bronze, Robert. Thanks a lot.
I couldn't just do that. And I didn't want to keep it. It was expensive.
Try it on. I was.
It was an expensive. Well, it was kind of cool because the way she took it off. I don't want to monopolize the show, but you guys got the secret agent shit where you can take this bra off underneath your t-shirt. You don't even know you're taking it off. And she's just like squiggling around in her chair. And I'm like, what the hell is she doing? And then all of a sudden, bra comes flying through the air. I've never had a bra.
I don't think Robert's getting the joke I was making is she was me.
Yeah.
You want me to walk it back to you or something like that?
Where did we leave off on feedback? Katie, were you still given?
He was doing something about depends.
Katie's turn.
Yeah.
I did have mono. How did you get mono? Because they say mono is the kissing disease. So
was from something in Mexico. I don't know.
Okay.
A skin version.
A woman who wasn't your wife while you were on your honeymoon.
Donkey show.
Oh yeah, right. I went something.
It's awful. It's awful getting sick in Mexico, though. You can't get proper medical attention.
I
Dr. Montezuma.
When I got mono, I got it. I was in grade 10, and they sent me back to my elementary school to teach drama to the grade 7 and 8s. And there was like 32 of them, and like 26 of them plus me got mono.
Oh my!
I was not kissing children. I promise you, I was not.
Oh, no.
I did get to miss like almost the entire year of grade 10. I went back actually the day that I was supposed to go back, I woke up with chicken pox.
Oh, no.
Damn!
At 15 years of age, my first time ever in my life because my immune system was so low. Yeah. But mono sucks, man. I hear that. Apocalypses also suck. No, I'm not down for that one bit. As soon as the apocalypse hits, cyanide pill, boom, right there.
What? You don't like the one we're in now? This is like the best apocalypse I've ever been in.
Yeah, I'm at my maximum capacity for apocalypse right now. I've already ordered the cyanide pills from Amazon. They're in my pocket. They're ready to go. I can just picture my husband he's like, oh, this is it, and I'm like, taking the pills, and then he's like, oh, they found the cure, and I'm like, I already took them. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Why didn't you fact check him? Like shit, should have fact checked him.
When are people gonna come with like a fact check bubble above their heads? They'll say something, all of a sudden it's like Facebook notification. Full of shit. Maybe fact check.
Yeah, I'm not down for an apocalypse at all. Me and my husband always joke about that I would just be absolutely useless. Be like, forget it. You're better off taking the dog. Like, he would be more used to you than I would at this point.
In the lottery one, everybody has the same chance. It's just
no.
Everybody gets to play bingo.
I'm not eating fucking creamy corn.
Lambo or nothing.
That's right.
Just how intense would be that game of bingo, though, in your head over here doing the scratcher bingo? You're like, oh, I feel it. Oh, kids, we're not going to get water this month. That was my whole thought is they're like, shit, we're not getting gas this month.
Oh, no.
I'm too picky of an eater. No, I'm not down.
You have to eat everything in cans, huh? Everything in cans. Canned corn, canned soup.
I do weird cravings and stuff's got to sound good to eat it. I'd be like, I'm not feeling it. I won't eat this month. I'm going to be looking good next month.
Yeah.
And then next month they'll be like, you get nothing but cake. And I'll be like, damn it.
Hot
My
girl
diet's
summer,
ruined.
hot girl fall.
Doing so good on the Jenny Peverty plan.
But yeah, it was all awesome. That was really funny.
Yep, absolutely loved it. All right. And Katie, I sympathize with you. I was 18 when I got chicken pox. That is balls.
Yeah, did you get like shingles, like almost? Where they?
I
Oh,
got shingles 3 times since.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
it's
God.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Need
Yeah.
to take a bit of a
Shingles.
break.
I've had chicken pox 5 times.
I'll be back.
Oh my God.
Oh, do you want me to come back to you, Robert? Because it's your turn.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds.
Okay. 1,
What?
2.
Chat amongst yourselves, the Jewish grandmother, chat amongst yourselves, yada, yada, yada.
Well, we can go ahead and do KD first and then close up with you.
You could do that if you want.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
All right, Katie, whenever you're ready, let me know your topic and when you'd like me to start the timer.
My topic was financial literacy.
What?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I had no idea what financial literacy was when I got the topic, so I have to throw it in the old Google machine. I did find out financial literacy is the possession of a set of skills and knowledge that allows a person to make informed and effective decisions with their financial resources. Yeah. So I realized that I didn't know what financial literacy meant because I am financially illiterate. I have absolutely zero ability to make an effective decision when it comes to my money. My most recent purchase that I made was a clear backpack for my cat so I could walk around town with him. Yeah, I get drunk and shop online so often it's become a bit of a joke in my house to see like what ridiculous shit shows up in the mailbox next. Yeah. I recently bought a DNA test for my dog just because there was a hilarious picture of a pug getting a cheek swab. So yeah, finances and literacy just don't meet in my world. That's like an oxymoron to me. Yeah. But hey, all the power to the people making good decisions with their money, though. You know, looking ahead to their futures. I'm just hoping to die in the next 15 years because I honestly can't afford to live any longer than that with my current spending habits. So, fingers crossed. But I mean, look at all those people, like those Reddit people, right? They like crashed Wall Street like a little while back. Like that was pretty cool, right? Like I just read a blog and I can like make a billionaire lose an island. Like high five. That's friggin' awesome. It made me think of like that Willy Wonka, like we were just speaking of Willy Wonka earlier, actually, the Candyman song. You know, the Candyman can like who can join a Reddit group? Bankrupt a billionaire, wake up those rich bastards and give them quite a scare. Anyone can, literally anyone can. But I just have one question for those guys, though, if you're out there. Is it too late to see Blockbuster? Like, come on. Like, where's all my financially literate, nerdy potheads? Like, where are you guys? You know, you guys miss doing the slow walk around Blockbuster and with that tiny little bag of popcorn that you can like barely fit your hand in, or at least not my friggin' hands. I've had these gigantic hands since I was a child. Like, it's like my fingers are like breakfast sausages. They're the exact same size from the top to the bottom. Like, what's happening here? Should I be concerned? Like, I have an extra chromosome or something? Like, sorry, I'm a little bit. That took a turn. Okay. What was I talking about again? Right, being high in Blockbuster. So you know, you're doing the slow walk, enjoying that popcorn the best I fucking can. You know, you're reading the backs of all the movies, just trying to get the right one to fall asleep on date night to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then you just rent Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift for the 8th time and call it a night. Like Cody behind the counter starts giving you a look because he knows it's your 8th time that you've rented Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. But you just tell Cody to mind his own damn business because, you know, they have no late fees. So maybe you won't bring it back this time. But That's what I would use my financial literacy for if I had some, but I don't. So it looks like Blockbuster is totally fucked. I wasn't taught any financial literacy from my parents. I didn't have to do chores to earn an allowance. I did chores and shut the fuck up about it because that's why I had you goddamn kids. Quit asking for money and just go fucking to your friend's house and get dinner already. You know? No one worried about teaching us money when we were kids. It was the 80s, so you could literally like drop out of grade 10 and just walk into like a really good job with benefits and a pension. You're set for life, right? Now you need like 3 university degrees, 2 masters, a doctorate just to get an interview at Wendy's. And they're guaranteeing you no hours, and the only benefits is 5% off a Frosty. Yeah, super. Like, I have a certificate in dog training, and I run a multi-million-dollar corporation. My niece, she speaks 6 languages, has degrees from 4 different countries, and she just got promoted to key holder at Sport Check. Yeah, the younger generation are totally screwed, which is one of the main reasons I decided not to have kids, but also because it would severely cut into my tiny hats for my snake collection. So that's it. Sorry.
That was beautiful. Guys, give it up for KD. Beautiful set.
Thank you.
I know I haven't been encouraging applause after each set. That's my bad. So me and Josh, we get to lose out on that glorified.
Applause for everyone.
I don't really have any feedback for you. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks.
That was.
Yeah.
I'm with her. I don't.
Every time I was going to write something, then you would say it. So every idea that I had for a tag, you ended up picking up on. And I even loved your little like going off tangent on your hands, because I'm over here looking at mine like, do they taper at the tip? Am I a freak?
Right. Please tell me I'm not.
Like, let's all show our hands in solidarity. But yeah, I'm dry on the feedback. I have only praise. So
thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Josh, do you have anything to add?
Not really. I mean, honestly, you took this complex ass topic and they made it funny. That's why I couldn't take. Yeah, I'm with you. Financial literacy. Those are 2 words that I don't know.
Yeah.
I know I did go to public school in America, but still, I don't know those words.
Yeah. I can read $ things. Like if there's a price tag, I can read how much that costs, but that's about it. I mean, it might put my bank account into overdraft, and that I don't like to read, but yeah, financial illiterate. We're comedians. We don't know this stuff.
No.
Plus,
I have ADHD, so numbers just look like fucking spaghetti to me.
Thank you. Yes. It's like ADHD with a side of dyslexia. What even are numbers, right? Let's keep this feedback train going. Josh, do you have anything more to add before we go on? And let's hit Robert. Robert, what's your feedback, sir?
Well, I wasn't here.
You are getting off easy tonight, and that's okay because you're working smarter and not harder, and I respect that.
Well, no, I saw her. I think it was. She talked about being financially illiterate. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's a good twist.
No, it's totes cool.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's cool, but it's not that cool. But it's a good twist on the topic. I don't know, these topics, man. They're getting weirder and weirder as time goes on.
I like it. I like the challenge.
It's a big challenge, like gosh, but it does stretch your imagination, and it makes you, it forces you to attack these things at different angles. Like you got to look at the word, how it's spelled, what the root is, where's it coming from, what does it mean to you, what does it mean to other people. There's just so much shit.
Yeah, I've had a few weird ones in a row, but.
And then you need to be funny at the same time, and that's hard to do. Like you'd be, So, but it was good. I liked it. I mean, it's not, it's something I would think that would be like if you said financial, financial literacy, that would be like pillow talk for accountants or something like that. Like,
that's beautiful.
There you go.
The accountant sex line. You want
Yeah.
some financial literacy?
Dirty talk financial literacy to me, Katie.
Read those stock readouts. Oh, yeah. NASDAQ, what?
So it
Dang.
was good. It was good. It was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. I'm Canadian, man. I'm not going to be in your face about it. I'm going to be apologizing most of the time. Like 99% of this thing is going to be apologizing all the time. Sorry, I have to do this. Sorry, I have to do that.
Tim,
I
Sorry,
don't
the dog was
apologize for
interrupted.
shit, Robert.
The police apologize when they arrest the criminals here. You know, like. Sorry, but can we take a little bit of your time? Well, what's wrong? You were speeding. You know, like they apologize. Like
I'm
well, it's
sorry.
not that.
I'm going to jail now.
It's actually not that bad, though. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have a life sentence.
I want to go to a punk show in Canada.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Hey, I just want to be part of the world's friendliest mosh pit. Okay. Just like, oh, sorry. Like, I think it would be beautiful. I'm down for it. Speaking of beautiful Canadians, Robert, you are up whenever you're
Okay,
ready.
well,
No,
my word is, huh?
Oh, I was going to say, whenever you're ready, let me know your topic and when you're ready to begin.
My topic is mushrooms, okay?
Nice.
So, yeah, but I'm not talking about the hallucinogenic ones. I'm talking about just, well, I will get into it. But anyhow, I think they're the weirdest plant, right? They're like grown in dark and covered in shit, but they actually taste good and they add flavor to any meal you add them to. I think they're the anomaly of the plant kingdom, you know? I wouldn't want to be a mushroom because if I were, I mean, I could handle the dark part because I've been in the dark part most of my life, right? But covered in shit, I can't do that. Like, I would not want to be covered in shit because I remember changing diapers and I'm going like, you know, like my stomach's terrible. I can't handle that shit. Seriously. But I have a friend who's always trying to amaze me at his knowledge of hallucinogens, right? So he talks about psilocybin mushrooms, which are the hallucinogenic mushrooms. Mm-hmm. But I don't pay attention to him because I think he's saying Simple Simon mushrooms, right? I'm like, why do I want some mushrooms to bark orders at me? Like Simple Simon says, touch your nose. Simple Simon says, you know, stand on your head, whatever. I don't want these Simple Simon mushrooms to, you know, bark orders at me. Why would I want that? That's what wives are for. You know? Why do I want a plant to do that, you know? And I mean, I got pissed off at my coffee maker because it kept on demanding add water. I mean, I'm like, can you fucking stop nagging me? You know, like come on, add your own water. But, you know, mushrooms are kind of a fungi, right? But I don't see anything humorous about them. Like, I think at a party, they'd be the vegetables, they'd be the social misfits sitting around in the dark, not socializing with anybody. Like, we're dark, we can't socialize. I kind of I like Chinese mushrooms. I don't know if you guys ever had those, but they're the dried ones. And, you know, you have to like soak them in water overnight kind of thing. If you don't, they taste like shoe leather. But they're so expensive. Like when I decided to either, you know, kick dried mushrooms or cocaine, I chose cocaine, you know, like. But I like all kinds of mushrooms. My favorite are the crimini mushrooms. Like they're the bad boys of the mushroom world, you know, like they're dark, they have a dark complexion and they taste a little bit wilder than the other ones. Like they're the badass mushrooms. They're the ones that you'd see on a Harley Davidson going down the street, fingering the cops. You know, that's the kind of mushroom I like. The crimini. It could be criminal. It's almost the same spelling. Just put an AL. It's a criminal mushroom, but it's crimini. I don't know. I don't even know what their origin is. Like, are they Italian or something? But they taste better than the white mushrooms. I got nothing against white mushrooms. They're okay too. You know? They're plain, but I'm not racist against any kind of vegetable. You know, they're plain and they don't do much, but I can still eat them. I'll just cover them with tomato sauce. All right, that's my show. But that's my bit. Thank you very much.
You guys, that's the show. We're done. Everyone's now.
That's my 5 minutes set. I don't even know how many minutes that was, but that's it. I don't think of anything.
You did 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and I will take it because we say 3 to 5. So good on you, sir.
I spoke fast, yeah. So.
Hey, you know what? Fast is sometimes good. You did mention cocaine in your set, so I think that maybe that might have had a little something to do with it.
Yeah, a little rapid fire there. Probably should have kept the mushroom habit and
Right?
gotten rid of the cocaine habit. Yeah.
You-
You can't
picked
afford
a
cocaine when
topic
you're a
that is
family.
very close to my soul and frontal cortex. Okay. Uh, however,
You like
like,
mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Mm, me too.
I took a fantastic trip last night, as a matter of fact. It was beautiful. But don't quote me on this, but I think only magic mushrooms are grown in shit. All the other ones, it's like just a dirt stuff. I don't know. I'm not a whole
Their mushroom farms smell like shit. Like it smells
Okay.
terrible.
Cool. I don't grow them. I only eat them. I did like your joke. He's a fun guy, but I don't see anything funny about him. I did like that little play on words.
Yeah. Thank
The
you.
mushroom riding the Harley Davidson. Loved it, but the words fingering the cops made me go, what?
Oh my gosh, cops is what he said. I swear he said fingering their cock. Okay, I wrote that down, and I was like, I don't know.
That would work too. They're the bad boys of the mushroom world, so
It's like you can finger the cops, but I mean that's pleasurable for most people, and I really think they need to deserve it before we just go dishing out some pleasure. So, yeah, just the term "fingering the cops," I was like, "Bang bang!" Like, what are we doing here? So those words just like caught me off guard, but it caught me off guard in a way that made me laugh. So I did enjoy that. That was great. And that's actually all the feedback that I have for you. So let's move it on to Josh.
I'll say a lot of it went over my head, knowing anything of like the mushroom types, and not me being one who hates the fuck out of mushrooms anyways for like eating things. Because like, so there's a big thing in the Midwest about hunting mushrooms. Actually, I don't even know what type of mushroom. It's like these big white ones that people will go out on like mushroom hunting trips over the weekend to go find these here.
The chanterelles.
it could be.
Are they chanterelles?
I don't know. It's a big
Chanterelles.
white one. It has pores in it.
Morel.
Morels. Yes, because we actually thought they need to make like a History Channel show called The Mushroom Hunters. And
That would
then
be cool.
only thing I wrote is you were complaining about wanting to eat a mush or be covered in shit. I just wrote that's my job. I work for a sewer company, so some of us have to actually get in the sewer pipes and slide down the most dirtiest water slide you ever thought of.
It's like
It is. Hey, Mario is nasty though, because I still won't get over the time spray painted on the side of one of the pipes. Somebody spray painted "I suck dick" here. And the arrow was in the shape of a dick.
oh, honey.
It was like her calling card. Like, this is where I gotta meet them. Daddy won't let me do it in the trailer no more, so let's meet you down in the gutters.
Well, it's private. I mean, you know, you're out of the view of the public. You're in
Mine
a
is
nice
Ninja Turtle fetish somewhere.
Hey, we don't kink shame on this show. You leave me and Michelangelo out of it.
Hey, if a 40-year-old man wants to dress up like a turtle and eat pizza in the sewer and suck dick, go for it.
I was gonna say that ain't pizza that he's eating in the sewer.
So sorry, that was my weird tangent off. You said covered in shit just made me think of my job.
But it ties in with mushrooms. Because dick does vaguely resemble
a mushroom.
Everybody says it's the mushroom cap.
right? And then there's that Sublime song where he's like mushroom tip, and I don't know. I'm not
Hey, what
singing
about Super
Sublime
Mario down there? What mushrooms would you find in the sewer? Like, are those going to make me big and strong, or are those going to make me trip even worse than the magic mushroom?
I don't even think they'd make you trip. You would just get sick and die of mono.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? If you get mono from kissing the mouth, does that mean you get mono from kissing the ass too?
I think that's where you get chlamydia, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll ask Dr. Oz. He might know.
Well, sorry, Robert, but that's all I got.
That's all right.
That got a little weird. Okay. Oh my gosh. Katie, let's move the feedback over to you. What do you got for Robert on mushrooms?
You chose cocaine over mushrooms. Why? Because it seemed like the safer drug, or
Or was it just easier? You're like, well,
Yeah, it's easier.
it wasn't the cheaper one. Like, I
Chinese
know.
mushrooms are really expensive. They're super expensive.
Magic ones are not.
Yeah, those ones you have to cultivate yourself, though. It's like you have to go.
You just
so
gotta
that's just
know
a
that.
question.
yeah, you just have to go behind the ditties and you probably find Carlos or somebody back there with some.
I could go
Yeah.
down to the beach.
And like, Robert, was your set actually like 8 minutes beforehand, or before you?
That's it, man. I couldn't.
No, I like
Like
the
you thought of all that
I
you
couldn't
knew all
think of
those
any more.
brands.
I like the antisocial and stinky. It reminded me, like a party, like when you're in elementary school and like all the like little adolescent boys like over sitting in the dark corner, all like all with BO and shit, because they're all sweating. They're just like wanting to ask the girls to dance and stuff, but they just can't get. It was just like, oh, it's like a bunch of little stinky mushrooms.
Then
Made me think of. And
if you were doing them on kids, just thought then, yeah, you gave them all personalities, but not the magic mushrooms. Why aren't they like the hippies in class, or they're the That 70s Show ones? They don't end up getting a job. That's why they are working in the back alleys now. It's the only place you can find them.
You guys are giving way too bad of a reputation. The mushroom would be the girl with the crystal collection, named
I call them
Morgan,
the Simple Simon mushroom.
who makes macrame and hangs it on the wall of her studio apartment. All right. She has a dog. It's small. It has a weird name that's some kind of food item. And she goes to the community college, and she used to be a massage therapist, but that didn't work out because the guys were kind of creepy. That is the personality of this.
I think, yes, you are more. I can just see it.
Yeah, and the dog is avocado, by the way. It's avocado.
Thank you. That's perfect.
And she sells young
Avocado
living oil.
Yeah. She just calls him Toasty for short.
Yeah, it's a papillon of some kind.
Yeah.
It's designer. She saw it on Instagram.
But it's a rescue.
She goes to Coachella.
If she sells the Young Living oil, she has to be one of those oil salesmen.
Yeah, she was an
No, but-
essential worker during the pandemic.
Essential oil worker.
Yeah, she's an oil worker. I'm gonna say worker.
A bitch. Oh my god.
And the cremini mushrooms, like the criminal cremini, it's like, it's criminal not to like this mushroom. That was kind of late, but but I wrote it down.
Okay.
Wait, are they smooth? Is it like a smooth criminal?
No, it's brown. It's a brown mushroom.
Criminal. Oh my gosh. She had to
That's a
slide.
kind of a gamey.
I don't think Robert got the pun again.
Oh, little MJ for you.
I'm sorry,
It's
I'm a
MJ,
walking dad
smooth
joke
criminal.
with uterus.
Love it.
Have you ever heard of Michael
Oh.
Jackson's Smooth
And
Criminal?
Michael
Yeah,
Jackson
yeah.
takes it way back.
Smooth criminal. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that was a fun pun. Katie, do we have any more feedback from you before we move
That-
along to the second part?
That was it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. That was a great set. All right. So now we have all done our sets on the assigned topics from the lords that be of the comedy workshop. And now we get to present 3 to 5 minutes on something that we have been working on. I am going to do a thing that I actually wrote for a previous workshop. I think this is actually an old one from sometime last year. And I would like it to see the stage. So I'm going to work on it a little bit. Let me get my timer going. And let's hop to it. I don't have the paper in front of me, so please forgive me if I trip over everything I say. Ready? I'll do a thing. Well, let's talk get rich quick schemes. You guys into that shit? We all want to be rich, okay? We don't want to waste our time. We want to do it quick. And they've got a lot of things that tell you that you could get rich quick. You could own your own business. You can work for yourself, be your own boss, and make $1 million doing it. And I'm here to tell you guys that I have tried every single one of these, so you don't have to. And I'm going to tell you about them right now. So I have done things that no person should ever have to do. I've never danced on a pole and I've never been a prostitute, but I've got my own kind of shame and it delves way deeper than all this shit. I have sold designer imposter fragrances in the parking lot of strip malls where I sit there and like offer it to people. I'm like, this smells good, don't it? Yeah, good. Fragrances didn't even have real names, okay? It just said imposter of Aqua de Jo, imposter of CK1. And it was really just like Uncle Jerry's smell good spray. The company had a name, all right? They weren't paying me well. I did not get rich. I did not get quick. I gotta look at my thingy again. Let's see. I sold knives to friends and family members. Yes. I know. Oh my God. But here's the cool thing, all right? These knives could cut Coke. Wait. No. They could cut through a Coke can. That's what I always got wrong, and that's why I never made a sale. I was wondering right now, Linda looked at me weird. Yeah. That's where the profits went. Robert, you would have really dug these knives, man. Cut. All right. At one point, I sold Amway products because, like the true cult it is, I was believing that I was helping people live better lives. No, it was a step away from Scientology. We were just selling like butter dishes to people that didn't have hope. I tried It Works. Spoiler alert, it don't. I have tried selling Plexus, which is an all-natural medicine, herbal supplement that's going to help you achieve perfect health and stop your goddamn diabetes. And you might even get skinny. Guess what? That is the most expensive diarrhea you will ever find. But that pink drink is fucking delicious. All right? And even at like, okay, and then there was Melaleuca. All right. I don't know if you guys have heard of Melaleuca, but that's another all-natural company. And they promise you're going to get super rich through a multi-leveling marketing scheme. Yes, you get to sell all-natural cleaning products to your friends and family. And if you tell them, the spoiler alert, that they could just rub sage all over everything they fucking own, it's going to do the same goddamn thing. All right. Save your money, save your time, save your goddamn friends. I lost all of them, but guess what? Throw the baby out with the bathwater because no one needs the sage and no one needed those fuckheads either. All right. Now, after I did all this, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. I mean, if I'm not getting rich quick with these schemes, let's try maybe get rich slow. So I went to college and I busted my ass. I got good grades, graduated at the top of my class, got a good job, worked hard, long hours. And guess what? I got negative rich really fucking quick. All right. This came with student loan debt. This came with low paying jobs. This came with the loss of self-respect. All right. So through all of this, I didn't find anything that worked, but now I've got it worked out. Okay. I have a plan. It's put into action. It's working pretty well. And I call this the get moderately comfortable, kind of okay in a moderately fair amount of time way. Now, here's what you do. Find a guy wearing cargo shorts. All right. He's got to be into computers and video games. Maybe does a little bit of coding, might have a job in IT. Get that guy. He might be boring, but that's okay. You can look past it. Teach him how to have a personality. This is something you can do. Now, these boys were never mean to you in high school. So chances are you're going to have a pretty healthy relationship and you're going to know that this guy loves you because you're probably the first one he's ever had. So pop it and lock it, man. Keep that. Now, this guy is going to have some serious earning potential. So With this, after you've popped it and lock it and you hold him down, you suck his dick like your car was financed by a goddamn brothel. Okay? He will make it rain every time you smile in a certain way. You're going to get a twinkle in his eye. He's going to get a twinkle in his pants. And this is what's going to happen. And you're going to live a long, comfortable life. Things are going to be sweet. You're not going to get rich. It didn't happen quick, but you put the time in. You earned it. That is effort, and that's not a scheme. Thank you. Follow me for more life hacks. Oh, shit. All right. And that's that.
Nothing to say. Yeah, that.
Cool.
I loved it.
It was really good. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
That,
You even had the voice of an infomercial. So that was kind of cool. Like,
that's what happens when I used to work in radio and did voice acting. So I'm like,
perfect. It was perfect.
ask your doctor if Zoloft is right for you.
Like it got like a Billy Mays vibe at the with the knives.
When I thought about the company, like it was Cutco, and I'm like, cut Coke. They gave us cans to cut with these. They cut Coke, and then I'm like, oh. So yeah, when I did that, it got a laugh and it worked. So I kept it in, and I'm glad to see it still working. Is there any feedback anywhere?
I don't.
There was a Simpsons episode where he was selling knives, but he had to keep on reminding himself to hold the blade and point the handle. He kept on saying, "Handle first, handle first."
Oh,
right. I mean, maybe you could work that in there somewhere because I know it's kind of dumb, but it's kind of funny too. Because
it is not dumb. Nothing on.
If you're holding the handle and the knife is sticking forward, and you're the shittiest salesman.
You started stabbing them. You're trying to sell out. You end up stabbing 3 of your clients.
Yeah.
Sorry, I impaled you, Aunt Linda.
My
You
luck
deserve
Thing
it.
is, you sell to your family, so you choose the ones you don't like, and then you get the handle mixed up.
This is for Christmas '82. I wanted that Cabbage Patch Kid.
Hey, no, people have to make sacrifices for money, so you need to sacrifice a finger, because tell me or not that would sell knives. If you chopped off a thumb, be like, that's the only way I got rich, was you got to sacrifice a limb.
Yeah,
Everybody
be a
bought that
living
knife at
testimony.
that party.
But the only problem I have with this, Josh, is I use my hands a lot when I talk, and I don't want to develop a stutter.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really good. It was like super polished. Like I don't have a ton of feedback, but the piecework. Have you ever done piecework? That you're gonna get rich by doing piecework?
No, that was like the one I didn't do because it didn't involve selling shit.
Yeah, I did. I got $1 a shoe. I thought that I had to sew shoes by hand.
What?
And I got $1 a shoe, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna clean up. It took me at my height 20 minutes per shoe.
What the fuck?
$3 an hour. $3 an hour. And then taxes came off after that.
Yeah, that's
So
the thing you do when someone says, "I'll give you money."
so I feel you. I've been there. I've tried to get rich quick too. But I feel like there's worse ways to get skinny than just having a little bit of diarrhea. I'll take it. I'll take it. You still selling it?
You think it's just a little bit of diarrhea? I quit selling this shit 4 years ago. I'm still shitting right now. At this moment, it's like I ate Olean.
Yeah, that's all I had though. It was really good. You can tell that you've worked on it a lot.
Anyone else before we move on and see what kind of magic Josh is going to sling at us? All right, Josh, the floor is yours. Take it away, sir.
So I have MS, but that just means I've been diagnosed with being majorly special. And there's ways to know if you're majorly special. And you know you're majorly special if you've shit your bed more times than your toddler.
Oh.
But now I'm sponsored by Depends and Metamucil. So win-win. You know you're majorly special if you've walked into QT at 2 a.m. bald with just your drag makeup on and a wife beater. Because I either made that kid's night or I'm haunting his dreams forever. Because I looked like Pennywise was about to go out on the town. But you really know you're majorly special if you don't have to move your arm when you give hand jobs anymore. You just shake so much. And you also don't have to move your arm when you're fisting anymore. You just become a bi-human vibrator. I mean, look, with DMS, my dick really don't work all the time. It's really bipolar. I mean, look, when the garage is open, he's a mile away, flat tire, no gas. And then it's like when the garage is closed, he's trying to force through it like he's the SWAT team. I mean, let's just tell me my dick is a real dick. But I had a chance to actually become a real human vibrator because the doctor said I could get an implant. And I was like, sweet. So I'm flipping through the catalog and I found out that Apple makes one. There's a Apple Dick X, has Bluetooth, heart rate, and you can switch your filters to Mexican, Puerto Rican. But if you want, you have to upgrade to the Dick X Plus if you want the black version. But the only issue with that is if you want to beat it off, you have to call the cops.
Oh, God.
Okay, good. I got the laugh. An old black lady told me to tell that, and I was scared with the last time I went to do that. But I did. No. But what got it to work, though, finally, is I got dick steroids, and I have like a little needle, and I gotta Pulp Fiction my dick to get it to work. But being Mr. Shaky, I've slipped and hit my leg once. And let me just tell you, that was the super soldier serum right there. My leg turned into the Hulk, and I'm kicking through walls. Busted everywhere. But y'all, if it does that to my leg, what do you think it does to the dick then? Like I said, you ain't escaping this dick. I can fuck through doors. And being Mr. Shaky, it can turn into a jackhammer, and I can get through concrete with this motherfucker. And it's like the Energizer Bunny, and it lasts for 4 hours. So, a human vibrator for sure. But lastly is I have talked about the Dickroids so many times now that somebody's reached out and wanted to buy some. And I was like, hey, your boy needs a side hustle. I'll become your neighborhood friendly drug dealer. I'm cool with that. I mean, I do got drugs that can get you high, horny, lower your blood pressure. So I got you covered. But I told this guy to meet me in the back of the Chick-fil-A because me being the neighborhood friendly drug dealer, I had to show him that the medicine worked and show him how to use it. And that was also part of the deal because the needle was $50, but delivery fee is a blowjob. And nothing's a better revenge protest than getting your dick sucked by a guy named Jesus in the back of the Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
Yes.
So, I'm Joshua Lynch, your neighborhood-friendly drug dealer. Follow me on OnlyFans. Mr. Sexy Gets Shaky. Or Mr. Shaky Gets Sexy. Damn dyslexia. That actually worked as a joke when that was a slip.
Oh my my gosh. Oh, good. Robert's back. I was just about to say we lost Robert during that, but Robert is back. Robert, welcome back. Glad to have you, sir.
He's just trying to get our feedback again.
I think he planned it that way.
Right?
Feedback's the hardest part. We're like, well, now I got to tell you what I think.
That pesky neighborhood dog.
Jeebus. Oh my gosh, Josh. That was hilarious. Were you saying a black lady told you not to tell that joke or told you to tell that joke?
She told me to tell it because I kept saying and you all might have heard of it. It's Barbara Carlisle. Like I'm doing like a class with her, but still like an old veteran comedian. She's what told me. I'm like, look, a fat white guy with the last name Lynch should not be saying anything even closely racist. And she went, just say it, and if they freak out, just say an old black lady told you to say it. And I went, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I have quite a few friends that are transgendered, and I have one joke where I talk about being a redhead for a long time, and they're like, so you're transgendered. Every time I tell that joke, though, like my butt clenches right before that punchline, and as soon as I say it, I'm like, oh, thank God you guys laughed. And it's because my trans friends wrote that joke. And I'm like, is this okay? And they're like, yeah, it is. I'm like, I'm a middle-aged white lady. I don't think I'm allowed.
Right, like I don't want to step on that line and you find that one person.
Yeah, but I've also found that it ends up being like an homage kind of thing. They're like, yes, we're seen. We love this. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of tread, but that fucking worked, Josh. I loved it. I really want to know if there's anything I can do to acquire this not having to move your hand for hand jobs power. That sounds dope, dude. I cannot tell you how many shoulder cramps I have gotten and how many times my elbows locked up because I'm like, Jesus Christ, how long? How long?
And it's like, it's not a lie.
Yeah,
I vibrate like you won't believe.
How do I get this? Because I really think that,
get MS.
Okay, well, I don't want that, but I do want to work smarter, not harder, and I'm really down for hand job.
Parkinson's, but I've heard people say the Parkinson hand job is a little better than the MS hand job, though. They just have
what
a
kind
little
of friends
better.
Do you have?
I drive the short bus, okay? So you can just think of who's riding along with me.
All right, I will accept that. I would love somewhere in your Dickroids portion. Like, for one, the whole Chick-fil-A thing, that just fucking floored me. I loved it.
Yes.
I would love to hear like a go-go gadget dick somewhere in there. It's like, you're talking about like, it's a jackhammer. I can fuck my way through walls and be like, you should see when the helicopter propellers come out. Go-go gadget dick.
No, that is something that I want to go more into. It's when they said I could get an implant or a bionic weenie. Yeah, I have a part of that where I get all the attachments. Like, I want to be able to have like a condiment one. And yeah, Inspector, she's like, ooh, you want sex? Be like, what do you want to pick? Go, double black fist.
Well, it's like that episode of Rick and Morty where he's getting like the designer animatronic penis. And
yes, exactly is what I thought. That's how I was watching that one and went, shit, he should have gave me the catalog.
There you go.
But the whole end that I don't finish with anymore, because I don't know if it's funny with it, because it ends enough right there of with the black one adding the black cops to beat it instead of it's the... I said no when the doctor told me I was going to outlive the warranty. That's when I told him, hell no, I'm not getting this. Because also, who in the hell wants to deal with those telemarketer calls when they're calling to tell me my dick warranty is out?
We'd like to speak to you about your extended penis warranty.
Yes.
You're like, I'm sorry, you guys didn't extend it.
Enough, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's a lot in there
There are so many possibilities there. Like that's one of those bits where you're like, God, I wish I wrote that. But like, I have no business writing that. I don't have a penis. So I'm glad that you did this because that is magic. That's all the feedback that I have for you, Josh. Robert, I know that you cut out during Josh's set. You may not have gotten to hear any of it. Would you like me to skip you on the feedback?
Okay.
All
Sure.
right. Okay. Katie, go ahead and drop some feedback on Josh.
I was totally gonna say the helicopter thing too. It reminded me of that. It's like, just look the fuck out, you're gonna lose an arm,
Oh my gosh, because all guys like to come in sometimes and show off and try to helicopter their dick.
Right? Yeah.
So
Like,
does
don't
it
get too
because
close,
I
honey.
have roids? My
Gonna lose
first
a few
spinning
fingers.
like Thor. Oh, that's now my thought. Is this gonna spin like Thor? And that's how I fly. Like my dick spinning like the Thor hammer over here, and I'm just flying around the room.
Being that there's a penis that lives in this house named Milner, I completely support this joke.
Lightning comes out of it.
Hey, we don't kink shame here.
Hey, I do. MS is a nerve disease, so who knows? I
That
start
is true.
sparking.
That's beautiful.
Oh my god! I'm having a Thor dick now.
And also, like, does it have Spotify? That'd be something for you. Just like, just put on some fucking Barry White and just get in the mood. But then you only hear the sound gets drowned out here and there. It's like, let's get it.
You need to get like some Bose surround speakers in your testicles or something.
Can I make my dick
Implants in your
pop on?
balls so you hear it all the time, so it doesn't get muffled.
But the Spotify that they give you is not the premium, so you end up getting commercials unless you upgrade your dick to Spotify Family, in which case you can have group sex with up to 6 people.
There you go.
I hear the Blue Chew
Safe
ads
sex.
while I'm fucking. Do you want a harder dick? I think I'm pretty good there. You just need $5 a month. Oh, I'm already going, sir.
This bit has so much potential.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
already beat one guy, one of them, because talking like of this, one guy was like, Josh, you're like the only one I know. You could probably talk 20 minutes about your dick. And I was like, challenge accepted. And I did 20 straight minutes, all based around my dick.
Your mother must be so proud.
I do not let her come to those shows. I tell her, nope. She's only seen my clean stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh God, my face is hurting. Oh. Do we have any?
That was it for me.
Oh no, you all got me now because I talked about changing to the Hulk, and then I'm gonna say what it does with the dick. Yeah, now it turns it to Thor, turns the legs into the Hulk.
Avengers assemble.
Exactly. The dickroids is gonna be Avengers symbol. I just gotta stab it in each body part. Now I'm gonna turn into.
And then you get the Black Panther dick.
That's how I get them. They all merge into one.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I am totally having now an Avengers.
I cannot wait to see where this one goes. Josh, I hope you bring this back to the workshop in the future. That would be beautiful. Oh my gosh. Let's keep the party going. Robert, we are on to you, sir.
Okay. Well, I was just mulling around this idea about whether, like if the things that we fear in childhood actually came true in adulthood. So this is a new bit that I'm working on. It's a work in progress. And the title is, fears and what childhood fears and what parents tell us to make us fearful, right? Mm-hmm. So do you remember, excuse me, do you remember those wacky sayings that parents used to say? Like thinking now these sayings, you can see how ridiculous they are. A favorite one of mine was, don't you know there are starving kids in Africa? So there are starving kids down the block. There are starving kids around the corner. There are starving kids across the street. There's starving kids in every city in America, but I'm still not eating these shitty vegetables. Yeah. My dad used to say money doesn't grow on trees, but I guess money doesn't grow on trees, but I had a cousin who made good bank selling trees, like the trees, When we used to complain about our lives and how hard our lives were, my dad would say, well, when I was your age, we used to walk 10 miles, like yada, 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 in snow in minus 30 degrees weather. And I'm like, wow, that's great, Dad. I admire your level your love of the outdoors, but now we have technology that can get us to school in half the time and we stay warm. Like a favorite expression of my mom's was, close the door, were you born in a barn? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, I was actually raised in a barn. And I never closed those doors either. This one really confuses me. I don't get the correlation between being raised in a barn and improving your chances of closing a door. Like, I don't get it. Another one of her sayings was, when I was in trouble, just wait until your father gets home. A lot of times I just waited and nothing ever happened. It just became more crowded in the house. Often when us kids were fighting in the back, my mom would say, don't make me pull this car over. And I'm like, go ahead, pull it over. We need a break anyhow. My brother and I need to pee. My mother had a favorite saying when I wanted something, she would say, if Mark jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge too? And I remember as a kid, I was always trying to get this one kid to jump off a bridge just to see if I would follow him. Unfortunately, this saying remained a complete mystery because, like another one of my mom's favorite sayings, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. I remember going down this road, a lot of bridges, and every time we came too close to a bridge, I'd make eye contact with my mom because I expected something magical to happen, but nothing ever happened. So by the end of the trip, I was really pissed off because my mom had got my hopes up. We never did cross that fucking bridge. You guys remember all these different childhood fears we had? Like, what if all these fears came to light? Like, you're at the office and you notice your secretary is gone. Hey, has anybody seen Mary? No. Nobody answers. Phil, have you seen Mary? No. I heard Mark in shipping might know where she is. Then you go down to shipping and Mark says, well, hey, Mark, someone says you might know where Mary is. Well, I heard, and don't quote me on this. And every time people say, don't quote me on this, they think there's going to be some kind of magical protection, right? Like, I heard the murderer was, but don't quote me on this, Fred. And then Fred kills the guy for ratting on him, right? Like that don't quote me on this doesn't even work, right? The guy's surprised, look at his face because he thought that don't quote me on this would work, and he still bet shit happened to him. Well, where was I? Oh, yeah. So Mark says, well, it's possible that, and this party says, she stepped in a crack and broke her mother's back. And then he went into hiding. Then she went into hiding, like, because he just said real, like that, very fast. So that's where Mary went. She stepped on a crack and broke her mother's back, and now she's in hiding, right? So the original premise of the thing was like, these things come to light. When you go home, there's an ambulance waiting in the driveway. There's a lot of movement, and your wife is in tears. What happened? I was only gone for a few hours. Your wife starts to compose herself. Well, you remember I told our child not to eat so much chili. And yes, well, she wouldn't listen, and she tried to hold in her farts, and she exploded. I knew things weren't going to go well after the first fart. Don't worry, honey, that hospital has one of the finest doctors. Remember that kid who kept fooling around with his belly button and his bum fell off? That kid's finally fine today. Thanks to our Dr. Fred, the good doctor just reattached his butt, and he walks fine now. Well, the next day you go back to work, and one of your employees comes into the office. Boss, can I take the day off? Why? It's really hard to stack boxes with one arm. Yeah, I guess. Where's your other arm? Well, last night I was home and I dropped my remote, and then I reached under the bed and grabbed something, and something grabbed my arm. Now, I know I shouldn't reach under the bed, but there was really nothing good on TV, and I really wanted that damn remote. Something grabbed my arm, and we played a little bit of tug of war, and my arm gave away. Well, I would get that looked at. What, the thing under my bed? Yeah, that and your arm. So, boss, do you know a good surgeon? Yeah, Kyle's a good surgeon. You mean that kid whose mom told him to stop making faces and his face would freeze? Yep, that's Kyle. It's a shame about his face. He will never get a date. Okay, take the day off. Can you send in the new intern? You mean the girl who kept swallowing watermelon seeds and now she has a tree growing inside her? Yeah, that's her. You have to speak really loud because the tree affected her hearing. It started branching out into her ears. Well, after all these childhood fears and parents sayings to get us to be afraid, it's a wonder we were able to survive childhood at all. Like, we had two toys of death that could have almost killed us. First, there was a toy called the clacker. This was just two hard globes of plastic attached to a string. In Argentina, they used the exact same thing for a weapon, to take down somebody. The second toy was a toy called lawn darts. These were just giant darts with sharp heads, and you threw them in the air, and then you hoped they landed not on your head, but in your opponent's circle. Both toys were tricks guaranteed trips to the ER. Well, that's it. I don't know. I'm just working on it. Thank you.
Great job, Robert. Let me get that banner out of the way. There we go. You touched on what I had written here, the making funny faces and they stay that way. That was what, as you're listing them all off, I'm like, funny faces. I want to see someone where they're just like, and if all these people were doing these things, I really picture that we end up with like a race of adult garbage pail kids. I don't know if
That's exactly what I was seeing. Is just like it's like looked like trading card people. Is what you had of it.
It's all those just deranged garbage pail kids, you know, the ones that picked their nose and then their finger went through their head.
Oh yeah, those cards. I remember those cards.
And then, you know, they even had one that was swallowing, I think it was apple seeds, though. It was like Johnny Appleseed, and he had a tree growing out of his head. And they had all these ones that you were describing. So I'm like, what would happen if these people grew up? They'd be adult garbage pail kids.
And when they start fighting, that was just for some reason. I don't know why I saw like a one-armed guy fighting a tree. Just like it's like the garbage pail, like that trading card, because it's kind of like a Pokemon type thing. It's like your one-armed guy going against tree girl.
Then the tree just kind of slaps him.
Yeah.
That's all the feedback that I have for you, though, Robert. That was a great set.
Like
I loved it.
It's a work in progress.
It is a great work in progress. I very much appreciate it. Josh, I know that you were AWOL for most of that set, but did you happen to catch any that you could throw feedback at?
No, kind of. They're just at like the end of it, like the garbage pail kids. I just imagined like if for some reason I was thinking of like a Pokemon or like a Digimon type world where you're rocking around and you're seeing these people. Like, is she gonna like evolve? Like, is she just like a little fern right now sticking out her head? And then, like, you pissed her off one day, and then she turns into like a red fern out here now,
and kills your dog.
Yeah, like that was my thought of it. But yeah, sorry, my neighbor shot off TNT actually, like actual dynamite.
Oh,
so
shit.
It sounded like I was about to go through the actual apocalypse when my trailer shook so much. I probably didn't have to move my arm for sure at that point then.
Wow.
See, we've got super friendly dogs disrupting the show in Canada, and then we've got neighbors blowing up the neighborhood going
in
mad.
The trailer park in Missouri, in the trailer park in the Midwest, I got TNT blowing up. And you're over there in sweet, lovely Canada where you love your neighbor. My neighbor blew me up.
My neighbor's dog came in here. We're like, my neighbor tried to kill me.
Right? Like mine almost blew my dog up.
God. Oh, we don't kink shame. I'm kidding. That's going to get so old by the end of this show, but it will be a tagline that I put on a shirt. KD, what kind of feedback do you got for Robert?
Well, my childhood fear was my lunch lady in elementary school. I had like legit freaking nightmares about her. Oh my God.
What kid no? My lunch lady scared the shit out of me too. Until I became like in a certain I was scared the crap out of her until about 3rd grade when I learned I could sweet talk her for more food. But beyond that, she's a big old scary lady.
My parents had to start sending me to my grandparents for lunch because I wouldn't go. I wouldn't eat. I would hide in the bathroom.
Oh, I wasn't that scared. I still was fat enough to go to deal with it.
Fucking give me the pizza.
I'm so damn hungry.
Yeah, you're over there in the bathroom. I can handle missing a meal. She takes my arm. I get the pizza to tell. But like there is
all I got was an eating disorder.
Right.
And a t-shirt.
Yeah. But I had the same thing too with the making the faces that I was totally thinking about that too. My 2-year-old niece right now, if you take a picture of her and you say cheese, she immediately crosses her eyes
Oh no.
every single time. And I'm like, they're going to stay that way. By the time she's 3, she's going to be fully fucking cross-eyed.
Or she's strengthening those eye muscles and they will just right on. She will never have peripheral. It'll just be
I know. Like a fish.
that might be cool.
You know, people have told me some of the people with like MS or these other ones to scare the kids. You tell them doing those things will cause you to have like, hey, that's what I did to my niece. I'm not saying of it because when she'd do the eyes and stuff, I was be like, well, Anna, I kept doing the eyes like that all the time, and then one of my left eyes actually rolled in the back of my head, and I went to the hospital. Stop
This
that!
is why there are children in therapy, Josh.
I know. I put a lot
Want
of
to fuck them up real good?
Right? Hey,
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty visual. I think I'm better at sketch comedy than actually stand up because I see the thing before I describe, like I write about it, and I don't even. I don't even know if I'm describing this, but I just see this doctor with his face all fucked up like a Picasso painting because he froze. Now he's a successful doctor, but he doesn't have a girlfriend because he's too ugly, basically, because this childhood thing about making faces and your face will freeze, So I'm just trying to relate the whole thing. I don't know.
I just thought of one. Did you put anything about the hairy palms when you masturbate?
No.
I was going to say, the masturbating going.
I was always told I would get hairy palms if I masturbated. Yeah.
Were you in a Catholic family or something like that, or religious family?
No, very, very. My grandfather is Brother Max Lynch, big evangelicalist.
Oh, see, so it's a religious family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. He'd scream at
oh, wow.
hippies and tell them sinners and whores going to hell. So, yeah, that's what I grew. That's why I get hairy.
That's why you have the hairy palms thing, man.
Turning Teen Wolf.
Yep.
Well, it's good now that we've got hand sanitizers because that'll get rid of the hairy palms,
No, it'll just sanitize them. It's kind of like styling gel.
It's got alcohol in it.
Could I braid them now? Could that actually help?
Wouldn't the alcohol burn the hairs off?
I think dreads, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure if it's appropriating if it's on your hands. I don't know the rules, but
is that a new term to wave my hair back and forth?
I whip my hair back.
Oh, whip my hair. That's what I meant. Yeah, whip my hair back.
Put your hands in the air. Whip your hair like you just don't care. Oh my gosh, Katie! I think we were still on you for feedback.
Yes.
The last thing I like the don't quote me thing. That just made me think is like, don't quote me. It's like, okay, wait, let me turn off the mic, or let me turn off the the recording device or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Well, don't quote me. It's supposed to be some kind of magical blanket that protects you. Like you saw a murderer, but I saw the murderer and I can identify him, but don't quote me on this. And the next thing you know, the guy gets killed, right? Because it's not magical. Yeah. So I went off on a tangent there a bit.
I think the killer didn't get the memo. It is magical.
Is that a way
it's kind of funny.
Get fact checked though? If you say don't quote me, you're already saying so. You can't fact check me. I said don't quote me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it works that way, but
I just say I haven't done the research. I can't know for sure, but I suspect. I speak very deliberately. It's like you're not suing me ever. Prove it. And with that, we have one more set. We have saved the best for last. I say that every time, but I also mean it every damn time. So, KD, whenever you are ready, dazzle us with your set.
All right. Well, happy Canada/American long weekend, everyone.
Woo-woo.
I've been waiting a year and a half for a long weekend when I could finally get blackout and fuck strangers again. Yeah. Fuck you, COVID. So it's been a good weekend. Did anyone do some camping over the long weekend at all? Yeah. Camping's got to be like one of the worst vacations out there, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing I like more than making a guy pitch a tent, but I'd like to take a proper shower afterwards. You know? Yeah. Camping's what you do when you're a teenager and you have no other choice. Like when you used to tell your mom that you're staying at a friend's house, but you're actually taking a bunch of mushrooms and tripping balls in the woods with a bunch of fucking dudes and cell phones don't exist yet. Yeah. That's when I used to camp. Like I don't want to have to struggle to survive on vacation. I have a ton of housework at home that I'm avoiding the fuck out of. I don't need more work. Like that's not fun. Not fun for me. If I want to live like I was homeless, I could do that about 3 blocks away from my house. There's a very nice resort under the bridge downtown. It even comes with a lovely host. She's super, super friendly. She's a cat lover. Sorry, did I say cat? I meant crack. Crack. She's a cat lover. Fucking loves crack. She does take care of all the bookings and the financials, though, because she's really great at doing math. Fuck, I did it again. Meth. It's meth. She's great at doing math. It is Niagara Falls, though, so still slightly more expensive than, the average campground, but your first hit's free. So, I mean, there are some perks. Actually, there's a lot of perks. I mean, everyone down there has them. We're Canadian, super friendly. Just ask. We'll share. I ran into a friend from school actually this weekend, and we were chatting about the old days. And he said, I really, really wish we could go back to high school. And I was like, dude, like, how shitty is your life now? Like, when I was in high school, I was babysitting for $3 an hour, and I had to borrow my mom's Toyota Tercel to get there. Like, I'm doing much better now. He said, yeah, but now you babysit your niece and nephew for free and you have to use your own gas to get there. And I was like, yeah, valid. You guys had a valid point there. So I'm moving back into my parents' house next week. I would be afraid to go back to high school at this point, though, because I didn't drink in high school and I narrowly missed getting knocked up. Like, if I went back now, I'd be one of those 16 and pregnant bitches for sure. For sure. I also wouldn't want to go back because kids are like super duper shitty to each other. Like I went to school with a girl named Anita, and she got called Anita Lace so many times that she just became a slut. We were like, Anita, you don't have to do this. And she was like, what other choice do I have? And we were like, you know what? You're right. Just protect yourself at least, My nightmare, though, began much earlier. I was the first in my class to get armpit hair. Not the first girl, the first in my entire class. Yeah. Imagine my poor mother having to shave your 8-year-old's armpits because she's not even allowed to use the grown-up scissors yet. Yeah. Didn't stop there, though. People always told me I look like my father. He's had a full beard my entire life, so not exactly a compliment for a lady. But I'm beginning to see like an eerie resemblance lately. Since I've had to wear a mask in public for so long, it's kind of given me the freedom to just grow out my facial hair. I've got like a throat patch here, like a hairy freckle down here, like a pretty sweet Fu Manchu, just like full on growing in here. So yeah, pretty proud. So I was thinking maybe I should give back, thinking of creating my own version of Movember. Right. But I feel like it needs a new name. I can't rip off Movember. Right. So I'm thinking of going with Hairy Molevember. Right. Hairy Molevember. Yeah. Ladies, who's with me? I mean, we can start canvassing around the campground first. We might not get anything monetary, but hey, those perks.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
That was beautiful. I had written Club Meth is a resort under the stairs, and then you're like, she's really good at math. No, meth. So now I don't know what to call the resort under the bridge.
Right.
but I don't know. I think Club Meth still had it going on.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That first armpit hair thing really had me going. I have nothing to add to it. I have no tag. It just cracked me up. And
It's not a lie.
I fully believe you. I also believe the whole dad and beard thing because people always told me I looked like my dad, but
Yeah.
my mustache is thicker. And my dad looked like Tom Selleck. All right. So to hear this growing up didn't exactly give me the best confidence, but now
Right?
at-home wax kits are a thing, so I'm smooth like a fucking dolphin. But yeah, like the whole wearing a mask, letting your hair grow out kind of thing. I'm fully behind Movember because I think I could probably join a biker club if I let this shit go long enough. I mean,
Right? Thank you. Okay,
You
so
can
there's
take
2 of us
it.
now.
fuck yeah, let's.
We have a club.
We're gonna Swiffer the nation with this shit. It's gonna happen.
We're gonna
All
get rich quick.
Yes, that's what we call a callback, ladies and gentlemen. But that was all the feedback that I have. Other than that, great fucking set. I loved
Thank
it.
you.
Especially camping with mushrooms in high school. I mean, I wasn't doing mushrooms in high school. It wasn't that cool, but damn, if I could go back, I would definitely have different hobbies. Fuck color guard.
Right?
Thanks.
Right?
I've been there was kind of pieces of other sets that I've done like in workshops. I've only ever done workshop before. I haven't actually been out there, but now that things are opening up, I just landed my first gig. But well, I mean, I say gig, I mean I begged myself onto stage for 3-ish minutes. So
Nice. Hey, you know what?
that's happening. But yeah, so I'm just kind of feeling out some jokes and see what I want to use. So
Oh, that was.
That's very awesome. I think
don't
all
know.
of those have definite legs to stand on and will
Awesome.
fully work on stage. I love it.
Oh,
thank you.
Josh, what kind of feedback do you have for KD?
As you could hear me creepily in the background.
We could.
Because I know, I own it. My laugh is creepy. It's something you don't want to hear in the back alley. Yep. That's exactly what I tell everybody as I sound like a very high Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah, that was
When I get the woohoo!
that was courtesy of Ryan Sim in the comment section earlier. And yeah, he nailed it right there. That is exactly what you want.
Exactly, yes.
But I dig that about you.
Hey, I got my first actual complaint though when another comic was up. Oh yeah, as soon as she sat down and heard it for the first time, this whole table said that I am annoying and distracting to them, and that this is not why they came. And I'm like, you all think because I've gotten a lot of people to say it's fake that. Oh, you're just giving your boy love up there. I'm like, yes, okay. I'm sorry, I'm a laugh hoe. I'm easy, and it's creepy. Okay, so
It
I'm
is
a
what it is. Man.
neighborhood-friendly drug dealer and a laugh hoe.
You know what? If anything, though, it lends that actual like crowd presence to a Zoom meeting or a StreamYard because we don't get that break for laughter when you're telling jokes online.
Yeah.
When you're laughing, we do find ourselves having to pause for those laugh breaks. So if anything, it's a great space to know where your timing needs to go. So fucking there's the positive end on it. It's not annoying. It's
Oh, I
not
know all the
distracting.
other comedians that the next guy even pointed. He said, "Look, I love this guy. He can laugh even more."
You know what? I think that people that laugh at comedy shows are a gift that we don't deserve. And you know what? Fucking do it. That's why comedy exists. We want you to laugh. So
Yeah, and mine's infectious. That's the I know because I will say it's a weapon for me because if I have a bombing joke, I can easily just catch it right there. If I
Yeah.
like say something of, "Oh, I slipped and hit my dick on the sidewalk," and just
yeah, you can definitely conjure crowd laughs from that. But
But
just
all I did have for you for feedback there is all I could really say was the word glamping. Have you ever heard of glamping?
You know what? That was part of the first part of my joke. I did have a glamping joke because my topic was camping. My one topic a few weeks back or whatever, or a month or so back. So yeah, I did have a little thing on glamping when it was just like, they provide you all the comforts of home, like Starbucks and sheets, but you still have to shit in the woods. Yeah.
Not if you get the deluxe cabin, you've got your own bathroom with a shower.
Hey, I was about to, but it got canceled. I was paying for like super glamping. I was going to go to Iceland and sleep in an igloo.
Ooh,
So,
damn.
talk about like
That's-
if you think it's shitty enough going in the woods. What are those people going in the middle of Siberia thinking, or climbing Mount Everest? Like, why are you going to spend your money climbing this snowy peak?
You're going to pay
Yep.
to be cold and tired.
Mm-mm.
Please, just try poverty for a little bit.
Right?
I give that as Christmas presents. Like, here, it's survivalist trip. Just go.
Oh man, could you please? I like the survivalist trips because then you bring them down to the resort underneath the bridge. That's your Christmas gifts or group pods to that resort, so they can learn. It's like, y'all want to camp, bitches? Here you go.
Club Med. It'll use
Good old Club Med.
Yes.
Club Needle Exchange.
And you write that in little, but you put that in like little words, so they're all thinking, "Oh shit! Look, we got Club Med."
No, it's Club Methadone Clinic.
They're like, but at least there's methadone, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're gonna get
Yeah.
something out of it at least.
Gary, do you still want to go? Yeah, what the hell, yeah.
Diet
I
drug.
remember the 60s.
No, because I did them right. I'm kidding. My mom did the drugs for me in the 60s. Oh my goodness. Josh, any more feedback from you?
No, I think.
Awesome. Robert,
Yeah,
bring it
I
back
like
to you,
this.
sir.
I like the set. I thought it was pretty smooth. Especially camping. I mean, camping to me is not a fucking fun thing, right? I mean, my friend says, "You want to go camping?" I'm like, "Look, there's no running water, there's no place to sleep, there's no internet, and there's no entertainment. Why do I want to go camping when I could just go back to my old neighborhood?" It doesn't make any sense. The whole thing with camping, I don't know. It's like hiking. You hike in the woods. What for? I do a lot of hiking when I run out of gas. It's like there's all these weird things that people do, and they're like, But anyhow, that's not. Yeah, the whole thing with the language stuff with the meth and all that was funny. And math and all these, like, it's so easy to. I guess it's kind of easy for drug people to kind of confuse those terms, right? Like, what are you said math and something else? What was it?
Cats and crack. Yeah, real cat lover. Shit, no, crack lover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats and crack. I'll kill a cat lover and a crack lover. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, those are all fun. I liked it. It's all smooth. You good delivery. And just when you get up on stage, just tighten it up and go for it.
So,
That's the biggest thing when you're doing, like, I mean, just from my experience, if you're doing 3 minutes, you have to have a tight 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just like throw all these terms out. Like, you got to have, like, myself anyhow. I'm not ADHD. Like, I'm a teacher, right? Former teacher. So I basically organize everything, and it's all like connected. And what I do is almost write out a paragraph, like an essay almost, and then keep on chopping until it becomes more colloquial.
Right.
But I can't start off with just the informal stuff because that's not my training. So that's how I write. But different people write different ways, right? But the thing is, if you just get your set down nice and tight and it's all clear in the audience's head, you'd be fine.
Awesome.
Although
Thank you.
things that happen on stage.
This is how I write. Look at this
Holy
disaster.
shit.
yeah, that's mine with notes, and I put little like keywords.
See, look how organized he is.
A cluster.
Right, man.
Oh yeah, I gotta start flipping through. But he brings up like an on stage thing when you are doing the like the words, like when it's like cat. Oh, I mean, like one that, because I have a joke, I know of it, and it really at least when I've tried to smooth this one out, it helped when I added like when I was trying to think of like the right word instead of just crack. Like add that visual to it. Like I meant cat. I meant crack. That was it.
Mhm.
Like I
Right.
meant crack. Yeah. Like
And you know the rule of three, Katie?
Yeah.
Have you heard it? You've heard of the rule of three?
Yep.
I think that's very useful too. Like just to, if you're going to list things, have three things because that's basically all we can tolerate.
Right.
Apparently, and we can't tolerate any more than three. So I try to now think about that when I do my sets. I try to have three things if I'm listing things.
I do gotta say though it is a rule, but a rule is meant to be broken because I've had a fight with the three. People told me three, and I said no.
I like four.
That majorly one, I've hit four. I've hit up to 5 now, and every single one is hit, and people are staying with it.
Mhm.
But the only
Yep.
thing is to beat the rule of 3 is if you can extend those. If they're short, if they're really short, yes, don't do more than 3. But if it's something you can say, that's why like I added about the Pennywise to my short thing about Quick Trip 2 a.m. with drag makeup. There's your one short. If I would have kept short like that, it's 3.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just a tip there that I've learned how if you want to extend a topic that you have on like that, if you can just add a little story to each or a little meat.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do we have any more feedback on the jokes?
No, no.
No.
I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I need to be taking notes. When is the test on this? Katie, that was a great set.
Thank you.
Great feedback. Everyone, great feedback. Great sets. We did it. We completed another episode of the workshop. This was 399. Tomorrow we hit the quad 100.
Yay.
All right. So before we head out of here, let's go ahead and go around and everyone tell us where we can find you. Josh, let's start with you.
You can find me at Storytime with Lynch. That's my main comedian, but also catch me every Friday at 9:30 Central on Inebriated Instigators. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and also now on our website, just inebriatedinstigators.com. You can go find our merch, our website, and watch all of our old videos and watch us live every Friday.
Nice. Robert, where can we find you? Tell the people.
Okay, I have an outdoor show every Friday. It's called Trout Lake Comedy. You can also follow me on Facebook on Trout Lake Comedy. And then I'm on Instagram at Mawkiller, MAHKILLA. And that's about it. I've been doing a lot of outdoor shows. Everybody's been shut down, but I've been running outdoor shows ever since the pandemic. So I'm getting used to, being on stage and everything. So it's all good. It's all practice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Stay safe with all that. KD, where can we find you?
If you like pictures of cats and weird shit that I take photos of when I'm high, you can follow me at k.d on Instagram. And otherwise, if you're out in the Niagara area, then I'll be in Welland in a couple of weeks for my first little spin, and then likely at Taps, Apps, and Laughs coming up shortly once they get that rocking again in Niagara Falls. So.
Awesome. Fantastic. So go around, follow all those people, check out their stuff. And if you want to know where you can find me, I am at Terra Christian Comedy on Instagram. Go give me a follow. You can also like my company, Loaded Relaxation Comedy. Give us a like and a follow on Facebook, where you can see us Sunday afternoons, 3 p.m., where I host the show Russian Roulette, which is the riff ruled by rotation. And it's a crap ton of fun. Not as good as this show, but if you come back here on Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific, you can catch me hosting this. So if you hit the link tree on my page, that'll give you links to my merch store, my Instagram, and all the shows coming up, ticket links, where to find me, and I don't know, maybe I'll post an embarrassing picture here and there. You never know. Me in a bathtub when I was 3 is pretty sketch, yo. All right. But that is the end of the workshop. Go like and follow these people. Check out the things they're doing. And there is that friendly Canadian dog again. And then join us here every night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, where we bring another panel of comedians and another host every single night for your comedic enjoyment. So thank you so much for joining us and enjoying us, whichever you did. I don't kink shame. That's a rule on this show. And we will see you all next time. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and peace out, party people.